Do we have world-class Taumids in the room? Hansi, don't be a parasitic Taumid, a fly-by-night Taumid, but be a world-class Taumid. Tuma terminology sort kwekuti after church kana wabuda kunze uko unofana ngokuchishandisa. For some of us, mukatuona during the week, tinenge tichitaura kuti this is parasitic. This is fly-by-night. This is the whole essence of this meeting. Tirikudzidza, as Mai Nyagomo has said. Allow me to honor our father and mother in absentia this morning. Our resident pastor, Pastor Chamui and Pastor D, and Pastor Gora and Amai Gora, and all the leadership of the house. It's difficult to be given a platform after Minister Mandas. Because unenge wabva pautaumidi, unenge wakateerera uchitora manotes, and now you have to speak. We've labored so much this month on the topic or the theme of destroying bases and bridges. And I'm going to ride on my last message when I said, when we labor, there is something that people should see. Hadisati ndamboona munhu anobva kuno destroyer anenge achifara achiratidza kuti haana basa raaita. When you destroy, when you labor, you have dust, you have sweat, you have scars and blood. But vazhinji wedu, after destroying, tine make up, we have no sign of having been labored or having been worked during the past month. The topic of my message today is manifesting and sustaining newness across the bridge. Manifesting and sustaining newness across the bridge. After destroying bases and bridges, you need to manifest and sustain newness. And how do we see that you have destroyed bases and bridges? As a new creation, after destroying bases and bridges, you must manifest certain behaviors, certain actions, and certain thoughts. But yatingati tabva pa 1 month of breaking bases and bridges, spending all night of prayers every Friday, woramba uchingofunga the same way yawaita last month. After this whole month, haungarambi uchingofamba the same way that you used to do. Ukaramba uchiita izvozvo, you are doing injustice to this ministry and to the word that is being preached in this house. So we have prayed. On Friday, Pastor Shonge led us to pray around poverty. He led us to pray around breaking free from prison. And he led us in prayer around beauty and not ashes. We've made declarations kuti poverty yapera. We've broken out of prison. But hazvingopere zvakadaro, there is something that we must do to manifest newness. And that thing is we got to work after this theme. So wakawanda wedu, after destroying bases and bridges, tine a lot of rubbles that tiri kuchengeta. And Pastor Malekube preached on Friday wakati pane twakasaririra. And wakawanda wedu ticharamba tina twotuma rubbles twatinoti utku ndinochengeta. I'm not going to leave this. Maybe, for lack of a better example, when go kuchifambi and waenda mphone book mako wakuti ndichadi ndakudelete my contacts. Obva wasvika pakanzi John woti uyu rega ndimbosiya. Then wodzika wobvisa mamwe woti Peter rega ndimbosiya uri kuda ka back up in your life. So we have a lot of rubble in our areas that could destroy. And this morning I'm encouraging us that we need to clear every rubble in our life and start living anew. And that is not an easy thing to do. Tinogona agree in this service, but that's not going to be easy to clear all the rubbles that we have in our lives. So what have you been destroying in your life? And where is your rubble? Are you still keeping that rubble closer in your closet? Or you have thrown it away to bring newness in your areas of life? And now, what are the dangers of keeping rubbles in your closet? I'm going to give you 3 dangers of doing that. Number 1, it's a constant reminder of the past. Ukachengeta that contact in phone book, Marco. Every time you go in your phone book, it's going to be a reminder of the past. And you are going to relapse. Saka, what has been a base that you have been destroying? Maybe kuenda kubas. We takaparidzirwa panapa na my muradzikwa. Wakati basa rako chairo can be a base. Where do we have created comfort zones in our work so much such that we are not manifesting any newness? Tajairira kuenda kubasa Monday to Friday and nothing new is coming. If you have destroyed that base, there has to be newness. And wakutotanga kuita ma applications ekuti apa ndaka destroy andisisiriwe pano. And some of us have done that in our lives. Kuti apana babasa racho ngarichitopere zvangu ndiende somewhere. And I have nothing to talk about ne base iroro. So if you maintain rubbles in your life, it's a constant reminder of the past. And there are high chances that you are going to relapse and wodzokera to that base again. Number 2, it's a heavy baggage. If you maintain rubbles in your life, it's a heavy load. Yaunenge wakatakura. Unoti uri panapa woti inini handichadi zvekunwa doro, I am destroying this base. Wobva wauya pamberi pevanhu wobva wadeclare kuti zvedoro handichaita. But wochengeta some bit of rubbles in your closet. Paunobuda uchida unotenga bhodhoro rako rekaso panzapo unotanga kuwanda and you are not going to do it openly. Because uri kunyara vanhu wazvipa a lot iri unnecessary. But if you clear your rubbles, hauna chaunotya, and you move freely in everything that you do. So vakawanda wedu because of church, tinozviita kunge tazvichenesa tadestroya mabases when in actual fact we've not. Tiri kuda kungoti kana tauya kuchechi on a Sunday vanhu vaone kunge ndiri that type of a Christian, when in actual fact we are not. Tine tuma rubbles twatakawiga in our purse, in our pockets. And the encouragement as we close this theme today is to clear your rubbles. Throw away all those rubbles and start building something afresh. I've stayed in UAE. They destroy my buildings after a very short period of time. And the kanavapa destroyer ukashikapo mangwana hauoni any sign yekuti pane chenge chakavakwa pana. But the majority of us, vanhu vanotongoona vasina kutombokubvunza kuti apa pane karabo havaiti nezvakatera, vasina kana kutombokubvunza. Iwe wega unotoratidza the rubble that you carry in your life kuti idzi dzinenge dzinomboita zvebhawa idzi. Dziri kuti hadzo dzakasiya bhawa but bhawa huchirimo madziri. So we need to clear our rubbles as we destroy bases and bridges and manifest newness in our lives. Number 3, if you maintain rubbles, you are likely going to rebuild the old bridges and bases. Wakawanda wanoti inini izvi handichaita ndasiya. Then 3 months down the line, wona adzokera akuita the same. And then we wonder kuti how come? If you really check you would see kuti venga vaine tumarubbles twavange vakaisa in their pockets. I used to smoke 60 cigarettes a day. And I used to drink every day not less than 2 macrates emacots. And I grew up, my father wainditi chidhakwa from as young as when I was in Form 4. Pakwaedza high school, Highfield, taitozikanwa even nechikoro. I was accepted as a smoker and a drinker from when I was in grade 7. Community yangu haina kumbonditsura at grade 7. Taitozikanwa kuti uyu anonwa nekuputa fodya. And people would say anonwa nekuputa fodya. It was normal. And as I grew up, ndakada kutanga kumbosiya fodya. And ndaiti ndichiti ndasiya fodya ndaichengeta pack mota. Macots ndaiti siya ari mufridge asi handakumbosiya. And 2 weeks down the line, waiona ndadzokera futi. You rebuild old bridges if you maintain certain rubbles in your closet. Number 4, I said in 3, there is number 4, you attract all sorts of debt if you maintain rubble. Nyangwe ikave ka small rubble kauri ku maintain after you destroyed your base, you attract debt in your life. Pane zvinotouya chete zvichiattractwa iwo uchiti ndabuda out of this. The theme verse I'm using here is Haggai chapter 2 verse 9. If you can put it on the screen, and because of time I'm not going to read that, but Haggai chapter 2 verse 9 speaks about the glory of this present house will be greater than the glory of the former house. And as we close this theme this month, the glory of this present house, you are the present house, should be greater than the former house. So look at yourself and say, where was I in the last month? Where am I? And show us the glory of this present house being greater than the glory of the former house. And I'm going now to talk about 6 manifestations to avoid relapse. 6 manifestations zinoratidza the newness of the present house. Number 1 is renewal of mind. Renewal of mind. And I'll read from Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. And in Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2, it says, therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice. This is your spiritual act of worship. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of this world, but be ye renewed by your mind. And this morning, as we manifest newness, we need to ensure that we have a renewal of mind. This whole month, taiuya tichiita ma all night of prayer pano, you need to start manifesting renewal of mind. Haungorambi uchifunga mafungiro awaiita last month after destroying bases and bridges. And as a university professor, taifanira kuti zvinezvi taakutokupai mapepa ekuti tinyorere kuti uri kufunga sei. What things are you going to do differently? Because in church, tinejaidzana kuparidzirana every week. Vanhu vachingoramba vachiita mararamiro mamwe chete iyayo, and there is no change. So for some of us, tinenge tichida kutodistributa mapepa kuti tinyorere next week totokumaka and totokubvunza kuti what are you doing? So that we manifest that newness that is needed. The majority of us have become so ordinary. Zvokuti tinongouya kuchurch and there is no newness. You are the same person that we've been seeing since the start of the year. And it's quite unfortunate. And modern day believers should shift their mindsets from that ordinary level of thinking towards manifesting newness. Saka takati tadestroya mabase. Bvunza munhu ari paside pako kuti uri kufunga mafungiro akasiyana here naawaiita last month. Thank you. When I destroyed the base of smoking and drinking on the 26th of December 2011, I said to myself, I'm going to stop this. And we went kwambuya wangu kwachiota ndikati, during this Christmas, I'm going to be fasting to stop this. I've never done that. I'm going to fast and pray to end this thing. And on the Christmas day of 2011, ndakamwa 2 mapints epilsner. Ndikati, this is the end of it. And on the 26th, ndakatanga my 7th day of prayer and fasting. Ndichibva kwachiwota, I ran to Africa Leadership and Management Academy to register for my master's program. And I said, I am starting to do a new way of thinking. Saka iwewe wakadestroya base rako, what have you started doing to manifest newness? Kana kuti uchiri kungoita zvawakachiita izvozvo. I enrolled for a master's program and I said I'm going to be a PhD. And the second point I need you to notice in manifesting newness is you get a new name. Re-Christian yourself. Get a new name. Ndainzi drunkard, but now I am the doctor. Ndaiti ndichisvika kumusha vainzi chidhakwa auya. And vanhu vaitoziva kuti taakunwa Christmas inei. Vanhu vaibva vatomhanya nemasikadhi avo nemapainzi avo kuti chidhakwa auya. Today when I go there, they say the doc is here. And the doc havachaudzwe zvekuti titengere court. Vakuuya voti doc, mwana wangu aroda school fees. Uchinyatsoziva kuti munhu ari kuda mari yedoro. They will not say vari kuda mari yedoro. Vanokumbira mari yefees. The conversations have changed. But iwewe unozviti wakadestroya base nebridge, but vanhu vachiri kungokuapproacha the same way yawaikuapproacha last month. Something got to change. You need a new name. Saka iwewe wakunzani, waikudeedza kuti chii before destroy a base. Wakukudeedza kuti chii izvezvi. Kana vachiri kungokudeedza the same way, you have not destroyed that base and you got to do something different. So we need to have new names. And zvinezvi ndakunzi minister. Dokuya musamuite muchechi itai minister to confuse vari kunze uko, because we are going to be ministers in the church and outside the church. Number 3, we need new associations. Reveal new networks. Waimbotambana nani iwewe before destroy mabhesi ako auri kutaura? Uchiri kutamba nevanhu ivavo here. Ndainwira stereki pa-Cold Comforter during the days zandainwa. And pandaka destroyer that base, immediately my connections iyayo they vanished. Why? Because irabo riya rekuti dai ndakaramba ndichifambidzana naro, it was not going to give me anything. Ndakatanga kuva nema different associations, the doctors, the professors, the CEOs and the directors, because that's where I was going. Iwewe shamwari dzako dzachinja ndedzipi pata destroyer mabase aya. Uchiri kungoenda kukuru rako iroro, and you expect things to change. Believe you me, if you don't create new associations, you are going to relapse and nothing much is going to happen. You need to start creating new associations. And bvunza munhu ari paside pako kuti akutambana nani after adestroya mabase aya. Number 4, you need new language. Your language should change. Reform your speech. Pastor Shonge vakaparidza panapa on Wednesday or during the all night kuti havamboshandisi wedhire kuti pakaipa zvakaoma mazuvano. If you have destroyed a base, you will have a new language. Language yawakutaura iwewe yasiyana ne last month ndeyekuti chii regarding the base that you destroyed. Uchiri kungotaura the same language here yawangu wagara uchitaura kumashure uko. Kana kuti something has changed. And my encouragement this morning is that you need to have a new language. Istichiri kumwa taitaura nyaya dzebhao. Every time that was our language. If you meet me today, I talk organization development, and that's what I talk. And wanatoziya kuti auya munhu weOD. Kudhara zvainzi chidhakwa auya. Taakutaura nyaya dzedoro. Iwewe language yako ndechi. When people sit around you, what's your conversation? What do they know you for? Unozikanwa here in the former world, cannot the new world. So we need to have new conversations. You need to have a new lifestyle. As number 5, new lifestyle and positive energy. Wakawanda wedu tichangoramba tichirarama mararamiro ataramba tagara tichiita iyaya. Start manifesting a new lifestyle because you have destroyed the bases and bridges. And this message was preached throughout the month for the need to manifest this newness. And lastly, you need new ways of influencing and impacting. Kumashure uko tai influencer nekuimpacta through kutengera vanhu doro, nekutenderera nawo, and now we are influencing and impacting through ministering. Sezvo ndiri kutoita izvi. Titori pakuinfluencer nekuimpacta. Zvaisaitika kumashure uko. Ko iwe uchange uchiinfluencer nekuimpacta vanhu sei in this newness that we have created. Thank you so much.